Hello, and welcome to Living Local with Kim and Rani. We're here to bring you topics that you care about in our area. Whether it's entertainment and technology or giving back to the community, we have it covered. We're located here in Toledo, and we have friends, family, and coworkers all around Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, and Erie County. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what you hear, and thanks for listening. Welcome back to Living Local with Kim and Rani. We hope you're having a great spooky season. We wanted to do something different this year. We do have great Halloween episodes, but special one this year for those of you who may not like, horror films, scary entertainment, haunted houses. We thought we wanted to kind of go over the escape game experience. So escape rooms, if you don't know what they are, they're kind of just like a puzzle that you go to with a group of friends and you try to escape the room. Of course, you're not actually locked in. That wouldn't be that wouldn't be
up
okay.
to code.
Yeah. But, the simulation that you're trying to escape, by finding puzzles and clues in this room.
Yeah, it's so fun. Like a mystery. I mean, you're solving a mystery through different puzzles and games. And so it is very... it lends itself to Halloween season so well, even though it's round. I mean, it's year round.
Year round, absolutely.
That they host these, so you can really go do it anytime. And I just want to start off by saying, go do it.
Yeah.
It was the best time. How many times did I say, "Oh my God, this is so fun"?
You did.
Oh my God, this is so fun.
You did say that quite a lot.
And when I left, I literally, I'm driving and I'm like, that was so fun. And I'm like calling everybody I know. Because I've just never done anything like that, and I had no idea what to expect. So, I think we were right to do this. If you're ever curious about what to expect, we're not going to give away anything.
No, we're sworn to secrecy. We would never do that.
We are sworn to secrecy. We're not giving anything away, but we are going to kind of tell you what to expect and why we think this is like one of the most fun things to go do. Just with a friend, with a couple of friends, with a group, with a couple of work buddies. For me, I wanted...
Team building is
great.
perfect.
Oh my gosh. Because it was a team effort for you and me.
Sure was.
And boy, we worked hard.
We did.
we were a good team. We really were. I want to take my husband. I think this would be the best date night. Because we had the best date night.
We did. We had a nice date. That was very sweet. We did.
We had dinner. We had a nice drink. We had a really good time before we even walked in, and then this just was like the cherry on top.
It really was. So there are two places you can go to an escape room in Toledo. There is Trap Toledo. We didn't get a chance to get there, but there are 3 different ways you can experience Trap Toledo. It's over on the south end on Key Street, kind of by St. Pat's, the DMV, that area. Mm-hmm. So if you're on that side of town, or if you want to make a trip, there's that option. I think the minimum might be 4 people for that, if I remember right.
It was, and that's why we didn't do that.
We couldn't go, because there's only 2 of us. But that brings us to, of course, escape room experience, or escape game experience.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is in Fallen Timbers. He has 4 options for games. They are centered around entertainment and pop culture, our forte.
Yeah.
So there is the Twilight, the newest game that he added recently, called the Colon Prophecy, and then he's got the X Cases, and then the Harry Potter one, which is like the wizard turn.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and they told us a little bit about that one, which was awesome. So.
That's the one they said they're most proud of, which is the one I want to go back and do. Yeah. Obviously, they were kind of giving us tidbits about how the paintings on the wall talk to you. And I'm not surprised, because the one we did was the
Ghostbusters one, the last one. Yeah.
Ghost Breakers.
Yes. Right.
And it was. The rooms we were in were so cool.
Yeah.
The way they decorated and just designed the place was absolutely impressive. I did not expect that high of quality. Would you say that?
No, I honestly, because it does seem kind of like a pop-up sort of thing. It's not necessarily, they're very recent. So escape games started in 2007 in Japan. They started doing these frequently, and it became like a permanent fixture. There was 1 or 2 Comic-Cons or something that they had done similar similar things to it.
Sure.
Because the concept comes from video games, exit games. So it was one of those things I didn't anticipate to be so fancy, but it was amazing. They had like things on the wall. It was just, of course, we don't want to give it away, but I love the way he put it. He said it's not just one room you're trying to get out of. There's 3 rooms actually in this escape experience that you have to kind of find your way through.
Navigate through, looking for your clues, looking for your locks, looking for your everything.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a huge space, obviously.
No.
There was, it wasn't like we were running or anything. We were just back and forth. But yeah, the design I found exciting.
Yeah.
It definitely put you in that zone. It put you, if you're going there for like the Ghostbusters feel, it put you in the design was so amazing and so real that you just felt like you were really part of something. Like you really had to get out.
Full of Easter eggs. Like total references to the amazing films, plural, because there's a great sequel now.
Absolutely.
So it was definitely more fun because I know and love the movies, but you don't have to be like, you don't have to have seen any of these other, like, you don't have to be an X-Files fan to enjoy the X cases. Like, it really, he really made sure that we knew that like it was going to be fun regardless, Yeah,
it's not like a trivia puzzle, like, who played, Venkman, like that. It's nothing like that. You would never need to know the actual movie. No. It is its own challenge, its own puzzles, and
everything you need is in that room.
Totally.
Those rooms. Yeah.
So let's talk about when we entered. Okay, this put me right in the zone. So we're laughing, we're having this great time. We walk in the front door, and there is this man standing in the entrance. He clearly works there. He's got the shirt on, but he's standing there just very strangely quiet and just looking at us, like kind of creepily. Not creepily, but, he was kind of strange. And I just said to him in this quiet entrance, "Oh, hi, we're here to play an escape game." And he just looked at me for a minute and said, "Oh, really?" So then it's this awkward silence again. And I said, "Yes, we have reservations." And I don't know where to go from here because obviously we've never done this before.
Yeah.
And he said, "Interesting." And then it was another quiet. We're just standing there. And then, of course, he says, "I'm just messing with you." And I'm like, oh, my God, this guy's amazing. Yeah. Totally right away kind of like put you off a little bit in a good way. Like, ooh, what's this going to be? I mean, it was already like, this is eerie and fun and it was just a really cool opening walk-in.
A nice welcome to the experience in a whole, yeah. And then we got to know him. We told him we're here from the podcast, and they were definitely very friendly and telling us all about the history. And he has like 20 plus years of paranormal investigative experience, which we thought was awesome.
He pulled his card out. He's an official
committee member. Yeah,
of like the paranormal investigators.
He worked for a long time at the Mansfield Reformatory that is known to be haunted in Ohio.
Yes, told us
they do haunted tours there all the time.
Absolutely, told us if you don't believe in paranormal anything, go there and stay there a few nights,
and you will.
Like, you will.
Yeah.
So he was really cool.
Yeah,
very
it was an interesting guy to meet, and he's the brain behind all this. He writes all the games himself, and there's two modes you can go to when you get this escape, when you book your room, and you could do either challenge mode or story mode. So we chose story mode, and that's kind of like an unlimited hints. You can always call the game master and say, "Hey, we're kind of stuck, can you give us a little nudge?"
Yeah, beep the button, like, we need some help.
Now, challenge mode, you only get 3 hints, and there were a couple other stipulations, in what that made like a true puzzle, like the real aficionados, people who make this like absolutely every weekend type of activity. But the amazing thing I wanted to make sure we included was that there is a 0% solve on these games right now. So if you think you can do it, you go do it, because They have never had anyone solve these on challenge mode.
I mean, for real, if you are competitive and if you're a good solver of puzzles, of games, now we both are.
We are.
We were very strong.
We did.
For having never done something like this.
I don't think we went over those 3 hints.
I actually wrote that down. I said, I'm pretty sure we only asked for 3.
We
so
did.
we technically could have done the challenge mode. We did the story because that one is only a 30% solve.
Yeah.
Only 30% of the people that have played.
Which made me feel better when we
lost.
Didn't win.
but listen, we were awesome. And they did want to let us know. They were like, for 2 people that have never done it before and only have 2 people.
Yeah.
Sometimes a lot of times you'll have a group.
Mm-hmm.
There were just 2 of us. We were really on top of things. We only asked for 3 hints. Like, we were really kind of nailed it. Not all the way because we ran out of time. So you're timed, which we didn't mention.
60 minutes in the room to get out.
Which seems like a long time, but no.
Not once you're in there.
No, not once you're in there. It actually went by very quickly. But in a fun way. Nothing was lagging. I mean, it was really trying to figure out when you first got in there what you were looking for. And then once you started to understand what you were looking for, it was like, go! Yeah. We
honed in.
We honed in and we were booking all over the room, which was so fun. That was just part of the puzzle, was just trying to figure out what you're looking for, what to do.
Yeah.
Right, because it's not like you walk in there and they tell you what to do. They give you a couple of ideas, but
you
really,
get a synopsis. You get to read a story before you. They set the scene. They really do. They set the scene.
They do set the scene. Now,
there's not much more once you get in there.
Yeah. So the owner, like we talked about, the owner was the guy at the front door that was very, very strange and very funny.
Yeah.
And then there was a gentleman behind the desk, and I don't remember his name. He was fantastic. So he's the one that kind of took us back, told us a little bit, and then he was our liaison. He would help us when we needed help.
Right.
So we could buzz him. There's cameras all over the room. So the cool part about it is, if you are so off, like if they notice that you are just really not getting to where you need to get, they'll come in and start giving you hints. So you're not just going to stand there.
You're not abandoned.
Yeah, you're not going to stand there lost. So he was really great in kind of nudging us in little moments. But ultimately, we did great. We were. What do you think? We were like maybe 3 clues away.
I mean, we could guess. We
don't know.
We don't know because we didn't solve it, and we could go back and try again if we wanted.
Oh, we would get it the second time, right?
I would hope so, but we don't know. We have no idea how close to the end we were.
It's so true.
So, and that's, I think, part of the beauty of being able to share the experience with you guys is just like it could be a one-time thing. Yeah, once you've solved it, you probably don't want to go back, but that brings me to
yes.
They told us a story. The guy who gave us the tour and started us on. We asked, do people come back and do this? And he said, yeah, of course there's people that come back and they try the different challenge modes, or they come back because something like us, they were so close and they just had to get through the puzzle one more time to finish it and get those clues solved. But he did also say there was one guy who they had a frequent flyer who would come and do the puzzles first and then bring girls back to impress them.
Totally. So it was like his go-to first date.
Yeah.
So he apparently would bring a new girl every time. So every time he took somebody on a date, he'd bring them back. And this was his way of impressing them.
Yeah, because I've never been to one of these before.
Yes, so apparently he would always tell them he's never done this before. Because they do ask you, have you been here before? Have you done this before?
Yeah, so girls be on the lookout.
Right. So I guess the people who work there started to recognize this guy keeps coming back and saying he doesn't know what he's doing. And then he was,
Yeah, they got him.
Out. He got found out. Yeah, somebody said, oh, hi, John, thanks for coming back. And that kind of killed that date, I'm sure. But they did say also, it's a really fun way. Some women actually do first, second, maybe third dates there because it is a really good way to understand how another person handles being under pressure, handles stress, handles communication, problem solving, communication. I mean, really, that's it. It's not a bad idea. And in fact, that's kind of genius to see how somebody really can deal with all this really important relationship things, those touchstones like communication,
are they quick to anger? Yeah.
Are they quick to anger? Right. So he said they've seen that before too, and the women have told them that this is something I do to kind of test out my early relationship.
See how things are going to shake out.
Right. We said, well, we're going to bring our husbands and we'll see how that works out. It's kind of too late.
I don't know if all four of us would be better than just the two of us on each other's own, but like.
Yes. Yeah. So that was really fun to just see, what kind of people come in here, reasoning wise. For us, we just wanted to know. We wanted to talk about it, and we wanted to share the experience because it's something we knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And walking in blind, for some people, you're not interested.
No, they want to know what's going to happen.
Exactly. Like that actually might be a stopping point for a lot of people, and the reason that they don't buy tickets and the reason that they don't go. So really, when we told them we were doing this, they were all about it.
Yeah.
I was afraid they would say, no, we don't want you to give anything away. But it was actually the opposite. They were really excited. They said we could call in, have interviews, and bring them on the podcast.
Yeah. They were very, very interested. And honestly, he kept referring to the escape game community, which made me happy because it's just a nice little community. There's so many communities everywhere, different hobbies and interests, and I just loved hearing that there was an escape game room like community.
It was cool. Yeah. It was cool. And now I totally understand. This is something they want to talk about because, and I'll tell you from experience, it was truly so much fun.
It really was.
I mean, that was such a great time. I'm already planning the other ones I want to do and who I want to do them with. I'm taking my sister to the wizard one. She loves Harry Potter.
That'll be fun.
So that's going to be maybe a birthday present for her.
Yeah.
And the tickets are not too expensive. In fact, for a date night, I mean, if you think about it, it's maybe a little bit more than a movie. It's...
Yeah. No, it was $30 each. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it was really... It was a great night out, I think. Dinner and escape game, it took us between, appetizers, drinks, escape game. We were done 2 hours.
It's true. Yeah. We really were. And it felt like a really nice, fun evening. So if you're looking for something really interesting to do locally, we were right. Yeah. I think we were right to do this because now we know that this is really, truly something that... is very different. It's something really fun to do, something to try out. So we encourage it.
Absolutely.
And I look forward to going back. I look forward to going back with you.
Yeah. And I think I would love to get the team of people at Buckeye to go to the Trap Toledo, the big one, see if there's a huge group that could go, see how we all do as a team. I would love it.
Absolutely. I actually just met somebody who works at Trap Toledo, and I told her
awesome.
We were doing this. She was like, oh my gosh, you have to come in. So we definitely have to try out Trap Toledo. We will definitely do it. And maybe we'll talk about it in one of our next episodes. Speaking of our next episode.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we're coming into November. Halloween, spooky season's over. We are ready for some food. Yeah. November is actually, there's 10 different feasting holidays. We wrote a blog post about it, how there's a ton of food holidays in November, not just Thanksgiving. So we've got Tim McMahon.
Yeah, we're bringing in our food expert, our 4-1 Nosh host, Tim McMahon, to kind of tell us a little bit about some interesting fall foods or really great places to go to eat this fall. I've already started doing some interesting cooking, some fall cooking, things I've never made before.
Oh, yeah?
That I want to talk about, that I'm really excited about. So it'll be a really fun episode, and we can talk about some great places to go nosh a little bit.
Yeah, nosh. Tim. And then we also do have, of course, our giving episode where we'll talk about some places that you can give back to the community for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we hope to see you back. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening.